Chen here for HitSongCoach.Com, and this is part of the process. Let's talk about chords. Chords are the environment that provide our melody and lyrics with context. Different notes can have very different meaning depending on the chord progression that's played behind them. To put it a different way, if you take your song and divide it to its three basic elements, melody, lyrics, and chords, you can look at it kind of like a movie scene, where your melody is the actor's performance, your lyrics the dialogue, and your chords are the set, the scenery, the wardrobe, all the elements that provide crucial context to the scene. And folks, context is everything. However, I often come across songwriters that haven't spent any time on chords. They're very used to writing melody and lyrics in their head, and so they treat chord progressions as an afterthought. Unfortunately, more often than not, that's really apparent in their work, and at best it means they will always be dependent on someone else to bring their ideas to life. Because without at least a basic understanding of chord progressions and structures, how are we supposed to provide our melody and lyrics with the appropriate context to convey the emotion we're going? To go back to our movie example from before, try to imagine the final battle between Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader on the Death Star. Now try to imagine that they're at a Chuck E. Cheese. Now, the subject of harmony and chord progression is incredibly vast and has lots of theory and a bunch of technical terms which I encourage you to learn, but are not essential to your songwriting success. What is essential is that you learn to recognize the sound of chord progressions. You don't have to know what a 1-4-5 progression is, but you should be able to recognize the movement of a C chord to an F chord to a G chord. You want to get your ears familiar with the various chord progressions that are appropriate in the style you're writing. So if you're one of those songwriters that doesn't really consider themselves a musician, or if you haven't really spent any time on chords before, here's a simple, easy way to get started. Make a playlist of your favorite songs and learn their progressions. Now, if you don't play an instrument, no problem. Download one of the dozens of apps that are available for your phone and tablet that lets you punch in the progression and then just plays it back to you. Side note, however, learning how to get around on a keyboard or a guitar can really supercharge your songwriting, so it's worth looking into. Now, once you've learned the chord progressions, every day pick one and write a little hook over it. Now, it doesn't have to be anything great or particularly inspired. What matters here isn't the end result, but the process of actually writing using your new harmonic tool. Do this every day, and pretty soon you'll develop a harmonic vocabulary you can draw upon. And in time, you'll even be able to mix and match different progressions to create tailor-made environments for the emotions of your songs. Hopefully you'll find this little exercise helpful and maybe even get inspired to delve deeper into the wonderfully vast world of chord progressions and harmony. And that's part of the process. So check out HitSongCoach.com for tips, articles, and videos about songwriting and production, and to find out more about coaching and workshop programs with our multi-platinum songwriters and hitmakers. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.